Hi everybody, and welcome back to Yukikaze Gaming. Today we're going to be continuing the draft of Neon Dynasty Kamigawa block that we started on our last video. And see if we can get a couple more wins in. Last time we went 1-0 with the brand new white-green draft deck that we whipped up. You can see it's a pretty aggressive white-green deck. But it does have some late-game capabilities as well, or at least late-ish middle game. There was a pretty epic moment in the last run, if you haven't checked it out already. Was really on the fence there, but managed to pull out a victory from behind. So it was a great moment. Be sure to check it out. Here we go. Start up another round of the draft, and as usual, the hope here is that we can get at least enough wins in to pay for the entry cost. The packs aren't really as important to me as the gems, since the gems allow me to keep drafting without having to pay money. Sushi Light! Alright, pretty good start. We've got 3 lands in both of our colors. We've got a 2-drop, couple 2-drops, couple 3-drops. I don't have a lot of 1-drops in this deck, so it's not that surprising I didn't get one. Definitely keeping this hand, no reason to mull it. The only real question is, do I start with the Katana or the Stalker? Probably the Stalker, but we'll see what they drop on turn 1 here. Nothing. Okay. The Shrine is also a pretty good option, but it's almost stronger later, when I have more mana to spare. So I think I'm gonna hold off on that one and just go aggressive with the Stalker. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Alright. So I think now is the point where I want to drop the Shrine, but not until after I attack. That was a suspiciously long pause. And I'll give myself a +1/+1 counter. Great. And then I'll go ahead and drop... Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop the Shrine. Oh, interesting. So he's black-white. Or she. They. Sushi is black-white. Couple options here, trying to decide. I think I already dropped a land this turn. I think I want to make this bigger and get a card. And then I can attack. Pretty greatly outpacing his ability to heal with that lifelink. if he does make it bigger... attacks, return to your creature vehicle card of monitor or less from your graveyard to your hand. I don't really like that. Alright, well I've got a combat trick to use on them. And I could use Boseiju to destroy that Imperial Recovery unit. Doesn't have anything to bring back with it yet. I think the play here is to just attack first. And then Ancestral Katana. And turn. Pay the trigger with a green. Gain a life, not lose a life. Okay. Okay, he's going to crew the Imperial Recovery unit. And he's probably thinking to take out my shrine by double blocking it. But I'm gonna go ahead and light the way. And make my Trampler even bigger, why not? Alright, we won. Go team! Go team venture! Alright, 2 wins, 0 losses. Off to a pretty good start. Let's go another round and see if we can keep this up. Alright, good spread of land. We've got at least something that we can play. Might as well keep this. May as well start with that, since playing it later will only slow me down. Now, they are in red, so they might have some kind of shock or something like that to kill my 1/1 with. Alright, red-black. Even more lethal. But that's not the biggest deal ever. Drop a 3/2. Since we're on the play, we're on the offensive, which is a good place to be for an aggressive deck like this one. 3 colors they're running. At least. Interesting. Alright. Well, I might as well go ahead and play Befriending Moths. And just attack. I think they'll be disappointed to discover that we're actually more aggro than they are. It is interesting that the sagas in this set exile instead of going to the graveyard and creating an effect that way. Huh. Okay. It is unfortunate for me that this has Summoning Sickness, so it can't attack this turn, but oh well. Interestingly, I've now reached the point where I can use Bearer of Memory's activated ability. I can't use it the same turn I play it, because I don't have quite that much mana. But it gives me some options. Okay, so I think... I'm gonna force them to either trade with their Unstoppable Ogre, or I ninjutsu, get my creature back. That enchantment goes away, so I stop losing life from it. And something of mine gets bigger, which I think will be the Moth. This would be better for me to have on the field, but they know this is in my hand, so I'd rather cast this. Interesting. My moth was a little too tough for them to kill it that way. Okay, so I can invoke the Ancients, which is pretty bad for them. And I think actually I'm gonna go ahead and just attack with everything, because worst case I make 2 blockers that have 5 toughness, and they will probably be pretty sad about that. They haven't really been representing to me that they have any really great combat tricks or anything like that, so... Okay. Well, I've emptied out their field. And now... we're going to get... let's go Trample and Vigilance. Leave me a blocker available even when I'm attacking. They have to do something, because I've got lethal on the board. That's not great for them. Alright, well... if they block my Vigilance creature, they survive the turn. Which is basically their only option. But they went for the Trampler. So... I win. I think they knew that they were gone and just threw it there. So... Alright, rank up! That said, as we saw previously, you know, even if you think you're gone, sometimes the main thing is just sticking in there, to see if you can pull something out unexpected that even you weren't thinking of. Not always. Sometimes you truly just have a no-win condition situation. But even in those slim cases, well, not slim cases, but even in those cases, there is a slim chance that you can still win just because of something really cheap like your opponent disconnecting or something like that. I can't tell you how many times I thought I was about to lose, even at an in-person Magic event, only to have my opponent suddenly have to leave the tournament because they, you know, had to go, or their ride was there, or something like that. Or they, you know, revealed at the last moment that they knew they were going to have to leave before the tournament was over, and, you know, just decided to give me the match. So, always hang in there. So far we're 3 wins, 0 losses, which is pretty ideal match record. I would kind of be surprised for us to get to 7 wins with this deck, but I think we can probably manage at least 5 or 6 wins at the current rate. Feels pretty good. Sorry for the small hiccup there. This is one of those games where whenever it loses focus, the sound stops playing. Maybe there's something I can change for that in the options that will, allow that to keep playing so it doesn't, interrupt if something knocks me out of full screen for a second or something like that. Alright, so 4 land, multiple colors, we've got a few different drop choices. I see no reason not to keep this. we'll gain life. Our only 1-drop isn't useful unless we have stuff on the field. There we go. Alright. We've got a Katana now, but I think it's a lot better to get a creature on the field of some kind. Did I just mill 3 planes? I did. Okay, well, I'm kind of glad that I milled those cards. I would not have wanted that many planes in my hand. So they're gonna get a card out of this, but I'm okay with that, because this is only half the effect of this card anyway. And because otherwise they're swinging for 2, and I just want to get that thing off the field. Okay, so... this is a pretty good time for me to play the Stalker. Oh, I didn't have anything to target with the +1/+1 counter. That's unfortunate. But I can also ninjutsu the Stalker later, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Subduer. This is the enchantment creature I wasn't too sure about. I guess I can... I think it's better for me to discard. I'll probably discard the safekeeping. I think what's gonna happen here is... oh, okay. That's right. Drop the katana. And I guess once again I'll discard a combat trick. Well, they really wanted to get rid of that, so at least it drew some removal. Okay. Yeah, they didn't want me having the ability to remove creatures from graveyards, for sure. That's understandable. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and equip. Swing for 5. Oh, I could have paid less for that. Cool. Okay. And we'll hardcast Whirlfang stuff. Coil stuff, sorry. This is not a great board state for me at the moment. Not sure that counts as a creature. While it's in the graveyard, at least. It might only count as an enchantment. Wow. So much removal. Alright, oh. Hard cast another Coilfang Stalker. This may end up being our first loss. We just can't seem to keep anything on the board. And they really drained our hand with some of their earlier spells. Six mana, I don't have enough for that combo. Unless I draw into a land. But I might have to do this just because I don't have a lot of other options. So, as silly as this seems, first off, I'm going to attack with my Stalker. Second off, I'm going to actually Historian's Wisdom on their Blade Blizzard Kitsune. It is a legal target for it. It will have the most power, which means I'll draw a card, and there's a possibility that card will be a land. Statistically, a pretty decent possibility. It wasn't, though. Which is very unfortunate for me. But I did draw into a creature, which still buys me a turn. Wait, why wasn't I able to block? I'm not actually sure what prevented me from being able to block there. Oh, I should have clicked View Battlefield. Oops. Oh well. We were in a pretty bad spot. That was kind of a Hail Mary play. It didn't quite pan out, but these things happen. The hope was to make him a legal target for my Repel the Vial, and still have enough mana, but it just didn't quite work. Yeah, no reason not to keep this hand. I do wish I had a 2-drop or something, but I'll take what I can get. We've got really solid mana base for the starting hand, at least. You stole my one life. I wanted that one life. That was mine. Okay. No! Stop casting stuff. Alright. Well, I can cast Golden Tail Kitsune, or Golden Tail Disciple, I should say, which is a Kitsune. Or I can cast Golden Tail Disciple. So I guess I'll cast Golden Tail Disciple. Okiba is pretty clearly a take on Akiba, short for Akihabara. Now, what to do here? Only crew 1. You can activate that and slaughter my disciple if I attack with it. So that wouldn't be a very effective play. I may actually have to channel. Get my Katana on the board, and then next turn, I have the option of using Repome Vial to take out his Brute Suit. So I think my priority has shifted here, and now what I really need to do... Well, they still have it as a blocker, so I guess what I'll do is attack with the Golden Tail Disciple. If they crew it, I'll destroy it with Repel the Vial. If not, I'll use that to get rid of the long reach of Night. A substantial amount more green at the moment. Or to draw into some stuff I can play. This remains a pretty irritating state for me. Okay. still a little on the fence about befriending the moths. It's not terrible, but it is a little costly. Life. Keep me stable. And we'll play a stalker. Okay, looks like they're trying to finish me off here. They're hoping... I think that's the correct play. Cast a Moth Rider Patrol for good measure. Both of those have Menace. Okay. That is a real problem for me. Has to be like that. Brutal. Okay. Well, all I can really do is drop the Golden Tail Kitsune. They're gonna finish me off with that anyway. Go ahead and equip. Yep, so I take the 1 damage, and they can Ink Rise Infiltrator in for the win. Good game. Alright, well, this suddenly turned against us. Should probably stop here, but let's do one more game just in case it's a loss. Uh, if not, then we'll have you guys tune in next time. Surprisingly long wait. Alright, Lilac. Let's see what you got, flaming granny. Alright, I'm a little hesitant on keeping this hand. If we can get one more mana, we'll be okay. That tends to screw me. But we do at least have both colors. And we've got the Katana that we can drop on turn 2, so we'll give it a shot. Okay. The Shintai is a better turn 2 drop for us. And we drew the land that we needed to draw into. Happy times. Green-blue so far, so we can probably expect a lot of, pumping, counter shenanigans. This is an interesting place to be. So I think I just want to attack for 1 and drop the Kitsune. Green, blue, white. He gets any basic land. That's better than I thought. They still have no creatures on the field, which is kind of strange. I think I want to drop Boseiju as a land. I actually can't do everything that I want to do. So which means Blossoming Sands would have actually been a better move, but it is what it is. Okay. We'll drop the Katana. Pay the Goshintai. Okay. I kind of forgot that works to get rid of enchantment creatures as well. funny thing about that is 2 can play that game. Just not sure that that's what I want to do right now. So I think the better option is to drop that. Equip Katana. Attack. And hit for 10. Swinging for 10 damage is usually a pretty legitimate move. There's definitely times when it's not the right answer, but most of the time it's a good play. Particularly in Limited, when it's unlikely that your opponent is dealing with hundreds or thousands of health. Interesting. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Actually just going to attack and see what they do. Had a feeling that's what it would be. I'm actually not sure why I thought that, because based off of what's on the board, the other blocker would potentially have been the better play. But nonetheless, that was the expectation I had. Okay. That's actually annoying. Okay. So, we're going to arrest it instead. They can block me for a few turns now, though, which is irritating. Should have just killed it when I had the chance, but oh well. That could have been my game-losing mistake right there. It's got the colossal sky turtle. Oh boy. Okay. I was under the impression that qualified as an activated ability, but I guess it doesn't, because it doesn't have a cost associated to initiating the ability. My fault for not noticing that, I guess. That's a problem for me. Yeah, that was definitely a game-losing mistake. Because I did know they were in blue, they were tapped out, I had the opportunity to get rid of the creature, I really needed to get rid of the creature. Normally it is better to wait in those scenarios, but in this particular case, it really wasn't. And he's gonna keep getting tokens, and this is gonna keep getting bigger, which is not great for me at all. Yeah, his deck just kind of exploded on me there. But I think I still win thanks to befriending the moths, which is unexpected. Nope, they can still bounce. I mean, I can play it again, but... we'll see. Uh, 7, 11, 16... It's not quite lethal. Okay, so I still win, it looks like, but just barely. Yeah, that almost cost me the game, but not quite. We managed to pull out a victory. Just barely. Okay, well, thanks for joining me. Hope to see you next time on Yukikaze Gaming.